So I did this very interesting video on how to build affordable rental units. And one of the questions that I was asked was needed to talk about land. How do you acquire land? And I understand the reasoning behind the asking of that question, because really we have land that is it's getting so much expensive, and you're looking at especially in the cities where you can find that a 400 square meter land will go as much as 200,000 and that is 20,000 US dollars. And it's just a very small thing. So how do you get land? Building materials can be cheaper, especially in the cities, but it's more expensive in the rural areas. And rural areas, land can be cheaper, but building materials being expensive. So, but in this video, we want to talk about how you can get land, and we're going to talk about 3 ways of getting land. Yeah. Hello there and a warm welcome to my channel, Bantambeha. That's my name. If you're new here, hi. And if you are a subscriber, welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in. Please, what I want to grow as the number of views. I'm struggling on that part. Please share this video and show me some love. And if you like this video, please just give it a thumbs up. It's a simple thing. You just give it a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. And please do share the video with your friends if you believe that it will add value to them. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in, and we are diving into today's video. Okay, so first thing first, you need to establish why you want the land, and is it for residential, is it for commercial, is it a farm, or is it a recreational area? But in this video, I just want to focus on residential plots, how you can acquire a residential plots to build. And number one, the easy way out is to normally the government here in Botswana, I don't know in other countries, but the government will float some call for applications for residential plots, and that's the easy way out where you apply. But the problem or the challenge with that one, in some areas it takes forever.
It just calls for patience, and sometimes it can take as long as 10 years while you have submitted your application. So retain the documents as long as you can.
Yes, it takes forever. But you have other areas where it's really quick. That call for application will be floated, and maybe within a month or 2 months or 3 months, then people will be called to come for the interview. So that one is very easy. You just go to the land board. I don't know in other countries, but here in Botswana, go to the land board and ask for the application form. You're given the form and you just fill in. Make sure that you do have your ID to attach to that particular form. Yes, I think you need an ID. Yes, I think so. Yes, so that's number one. Go to land board, fill the application, and pray and hope that you'll be called for an interview and you'll be allocated that land. At number two, it's actually buying. We're talking about residential plots. It's actually buying, and this one you need to be very careful. There are a lot of adverts, people advertising land for sale, so you need to be very careful, because you do have those people that really they just want to scam you. There have been a lot of incidences where people have bought land, but then when they go to the land board to change ownership, they realize that the papers were fake, and even that person is not the owner of the land. So you just need to be careful. What I'll advise you to do is, if you want to buy a residential plot, ensure that the documents are authenticated by the land board. You don't just want to rely on the person selling land, because hey, trust, we earn it, but it matters to do with money. You just want to make sure that you're not losing your last cent to a scammer. So for residential, The procedure normally is there's got to be maybe just one room in that land for you to be able to change ownership. So once again, in the city, it's expensive, but in the outskirts, if we take the example, Gaborone will be more expensive to get a residential plot, but in the outskirts like Bomodipane, Gabodubu, Tamaga, those there are people that work that commute every morning from those areas. So those areas they are not as expensive compared to Gaborone. And by the way, it really depends on how you want to value the plot. Obviously, in terms of values, the plot that is within the city is more valuable than the one that is in the outskirts. Yeah, yeah. So that's number two, buying land. The last one is the same as the second one, but the difference is with the second one, you're just looking at buying residential plot. But for the third one, you want to come together as a group, 3, 4, 5 people come together. And again, this one is more advisable to do it in the outskirts. If you're in the city, to do it in the outskirts, because outskirts, they're less expensive. But even in the city, like in places where if you're in Botswana, Tlokwen is nearer to the city, you can still do this method that I want to share with you. So this is how it works. You identify 5 trustworthy friends and you ensure that friends are friends, but you need to ensure that it's accompanied by an agreement that is stamped by the lawyer. So what you do is you scout around looking for a farm that is nearer to the city or that is in the outskirts, that is easily accessible. And then, say for instance, you find an 8 hectares. Normally, the farms will go around about 150,000 for an 8 hectares. That's in the outskirts. It's very, very possible to get even a cheaper one. But for the sake of this video, let's say that you get land that is being sold at 150,000 and it's 8 hectares. Say for instance you are 8, and that will mean that you come together, you divide that 150,000 by 8, and you end up buying land cheap. I wish I knew how to do the math quick. Okay, let me just pause and do my math. I'll come back. So yes, that is if it's 150,000, you divide it by 8 and you end up paying just a little under 20,000 each one of you, and you're paying 20,000 for 1 hectare. That's a score on its own. My little girl is crying. Sorry for that one, and we'll be right back. The last one is really value for your money. You cannot get 1 hectare in the city or in the outskirts at 20,000. It's just a score. The beauty about this one, or what has to be done, is just coming together and agreeing on one goal and ensuring that you all stick to that agreement. Yeah, it's one of my favorite method of acquiring land. Yeah, so those are the three ways of getting land in Botswana. I don't know, I think it can even work in some other countries. Ladies and gentlemen, we're calling it a wrap. Please remember to like the video and I'll appreciate it if you have not subscribed to subscribe. We still have a goal to attain 100,000. It's very far but achievable. Please support the channel, and that will motivate me to keep on creating content. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video.